How's it going, Webheads? How's it going, everybody, the Webhead community? Once again, this is a live stream, and of course, every single Wednesday and every single Sunday, I have a live stream at 8 o'clock. Of course, it is that time again, that time of basically, almost every, 2 times a week, so twice a week. Of course, it is that time again for another live stream. And of course, if you guys have read the title, this is all about the Amazing Spider-Man 3 and the Sinister 6 scrapped plans and what they had planned for the Amazing Spider-Man 3 and what they had planned for the Sinister 6 movies, of course. Thank you for joining the live stream. Of course, if you guys are watching a recording this, and this isn't live right now, and you guys are just rewatching this video, or just you might have not been here for the actual live stream, and you guys can basically skip to 2 minutes because that's usually when I wait for everybody to join. But thank you guys for joining. Of course, I see somebody has joined. They've smashed the like button, so thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Of course, you can always comment in the live chat. I will be taking questions at the end of this video, of course. But thank you guys very much for joining, of course. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday and a wonderful Wednesday night like myself. Just wait a little bit longer for this to go. And of course, I'm actually very excited to do this video and talk to you guys about this, because this is something that I did not see until today. This is brand new for today, of course. So we'll wait to that 2-minute mark so people know that this is going. Just a couple more seconds, got about 10 seconds and we'll get into it. Alrighty, perfect. We hit the 2-minute mark. So, of course, how's it going, Webheads? My name is Ryan Walsh, and of course, as you guys have seen for this video, you see the title. Of course, you guys know this is all about the Amazing Spider-Man number 3 and the Sinister 6 and the plans that they had in store for those movies that were coming out after the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Of course, for the Amazing Spider-Man 2, what a surprise. It kind of bombed, because not financially. Financially, it actually did very well, but critically and for the fans, of course, it bombed. Alright, but before I get in, there seems as though people are going in the live chat, so of course I want to talk to these people. Jack Stewart says, wait, never, we wait for no man. JW says, hey, what do you know, YouTube sent an alert on time for once. Yeah, YouTube has actually been a little iffy lately. Honestly, like all last night when I was doing, when I was just on and kind of fixing some of my video descriptions and all that, and some of my tags. Yeah, it was kind of being a little weird. How's it going, Zaved? Thanks for joining, man. Thanks for joining Jack and JW, of course. Thank you guys very much for joining. I do appreciate it. And it would be awesome if you guys could smash the like button. Of course, you guys, I can see 2 of you did. That's awesome. But let's get into it. So, of course, The Amazing Spider-Man 3. That was, actually no, the Sinister 6. That was going to be the next movie after The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That was going to be a spin-off. Of course, if you guys have seen that movie, if you guys haven't, sorry, spoilers right here. At the end of that movie, of course, you had Harry Osborn, and he was basically gathering the Sinister 6 with that kind of weird, mysterious character called the Gentleman. The Gentleman was a character that was kind of in the shadows, and nobody really knew who he was. It was kind of weird. Honestly, it was really weird where they're going with this franchise. But of course, Harry Osborn was trying to gather up the Sinister 6, and of course, he was the Green Goblin. But Mark Webb, the director of both of those movies, and the director that was going to be of probably the Amazing Spider-Man 3, he kind of commented on both of those movies. Now, of course, he said that the Sinister 6 movie, that was going to be, of course, all about just all those characters, let's say the Rhino that was going to be in it. They were also going to have who was it? The Goblin. The Goblin was going to be it was going to be the Goblin. But also, it's kind of weird. They said that Chris Cooper, who played Norman Osborn, that was going to be, Harry's father. He played Norman Osborn, who was the original Green Goblin. He plays Harry's father in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But they said, it was kind of weird, they said they were gonna freeze his head. That was their big plans. They were gonna freeze Chris Cooper's head, Norman Osborn's head, and then bring him back in the Sinister Six, and then bring him back in the Amazing Spider-Man 3. That's really weird to me. I personally think that's a little too weird for me, but of course that's what they were thinking about doing for the villains. Beast Boy, how's it going, Beast Boy? I love your icon. I absolutely love that show. That was one of the best Teen Titans or just DC shows ever. I absolutely love it. So I love your icon, man. Let's see, what else did they say? And of course, I just read this whole thing. Oh, Serena Beauty's on. Hello, Serena Beauty. Yeah, no problem, Beast Boy. I really like your icon, dude. Of course, so that was basically the gist of it, that they were going to assemble the Sinister Six, and they were going to fight Spider-Man. But more of the Sinister Six movie was going to be about assembling all of those Sinister Six characters, and then, of course, Spider-Man was going to be more of the antagonist in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's kind of what they were going for, and it's not really antagonist, you can really call it, since there's going to be Sinister Six gathering in the Sinister Six, and then with The Amazing Spider-Man 3 that director Mark Webb was going to direct, he commented that, of course, that's when the Green Goblin was going to be coming back. And not Harry Osborn's, is more like just just Norman Osborn, so the original Green Goblin. Beast Boy sub, hey, thanks Beast Boy. Welcome to the Webhead community. Of course, we do this. If you don't know already, we do these live streams every single Wednesday and every single Sunday at 8 o'clock sharp Eastern Standard Time. So just let you guys know. You know, Zave, what are you saying, man? You know, head in TB. I don't know. In deleted scenes of Amazing Spider-Man 2 scene. I don't remember any of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 scenes, but of course, I'll probably go back and watch them. Honestly, to be honest with you, actually, I don't think I've seen any, except for the dad scene. I didn't remember when he came back with the dad scene. Like, he came back, his father came back, Peter Parker's father came back, and like, after like Gwen died. I hated that. That was really bad. But yeah, so basically the Amazing Spider-Man 3 was just going to be about taking on all the Sinister Six. Spider-Man had to fight the Sinister Six. For me personally, I thought that's a little too early to fight the Sinister Six right in your third movie, when he already had trouble fighting the Green Goblin and he had trouble fighting Electro all on his own, but now he's going to take on like 6 villains. That's a little, I feel like that's a little too advanced for that kind of Peter Parker to be in the third movie. That's a little weird to me. BRB, hey, see you later, Beast Boy. Yep, come on back, man. Let's see. But yeah, like, I think that's a little too far off, but of course, I always wanted Norman Osborn to be the Green Goblin, and I don't really like when Harry Osborn's the Green Goblin, but of course, they did it in both franchises, which kind of makes me angry. I don't really like that at all. I think that's kind of a big mistake. And of course, they kind of went, and they said the overarching villain in Amazing Spider-Man 3 was going to be the dude kind of controlling the Sinister Six and controlling the Goblin. He is going to be the Gentleman. The Gentleman, of course, he is the guy who's controlling everybody. And the thing that I have a big problem with that is that the Gentleman isn't really that big of a villain. Like, who cares? Like, okay, yeah, he's manipulating all these people to fight Spider-Man, but why does he have a personal vendetta against Spider-Man? That was my problem. They never really cleared anything up. Of course, they could have cleared it up in the third movie, or they could have cleared it up in the Sinister Six about that villain. I personally was just kind of mad that they even like thought of doing that in the first place. I think that was just kind of dumb, to be honest with you. I think they could have done a lot better than what they were doing with that whole thing. I personally thought that whatever they were doing with it, pretty dumb. Like, where they were going with it, I thought it was kind of like they were just trying to get a franchise going. That was Sony just being like, let's get a franchise going, let's do it. And, of course, you know, there is one thing that Mark Webb does definitely own up to, and I really do respect this. A lot of people can shift the blame when they're directors, being like, oh, it was the studio that kind of put pressure on me, all that kind of stuff. Oh, it was Marvel that wanted, or the real Marvel, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because he does mention this in the article. He says that the Marvel Cinematic Universe was pressuring Sony to let them have the rights because they wanted the rights back. But, of course, they don't need to do that, so I don't think that's a big deal. But he does go on to say that, he's like, at the end of the day, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was my movie and I screwed up. That's kind of how it is. I mean, I don't even think he said he screwed up, but he just said it was my movie. And kind of, you know what he's kind of saying when he's like he knows he kind of let the fans down. He let all the fans down, so that was kind of weird about it. Of course, he let me down, because you guys know, of course, my channel is called Webhead. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. He let me down big time. When I came out of that movie, I was like, what the hell did I just watch? What was that garbage? It was complete garbage. I hated the movie, hated watching it. It was just junk, and I personally didn't like where they were going with it. I hated how Norman Osborn died. Of course, they were going to resurrect him. Still didn't like it at all, because I wanted to have a just a Norman Osborn to begin with. That's kind of what I wanted, of course. And that's really all that he's really said about it. That's all he revealed. He revealed that Sinister 6 movie was kind of gathering all those supervillains. And then, of course, the main Spider-Man 3 was Spider-Man taking on the Sinister 6 and the Gentleman in Norman Osborn. And I'm guessing Norman Osborn was going to be separate from the Sinister 6. He was going to be a separate villain. So you can already tell that what they had with the problem with the first one, or the second one, is too many villains. And what was the problem with the third Sam Raimi Spider-Man? Too many villains. What was going to be the problem with this next one? Too many villains. It's always too many villains, and they really just don't know how to balance it. Of course, Marvel had a lot of villains in their Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Homecoming. It was kind of a Sony and Marvel collaboration, but I have a feeling that Marvel kind of put a little more into it. Of course, they're saying it's just a collaboration, but they had a lot of villains in there. If you really think about it, they had the Shocker, they had Scorpion in there for a little bit, they had the Vulture, they had, who else did they have? The Tinkerer. That's already 4 villains. That's more than all of those other movies had, and yet they pulled it off phenomenally, because they know how to work with like those kind of villains. They know how to balance it all, just like X-Men. X-Men's like notorious for having way too many characters, but they balance the characters so it makes sense within the storytelling. You have to go out to make a good movie, not just have all these awesome villains in the movie, because it doesn't work at the end of the day. And I would personally rather have a great Spider-Man movie than have just a great or just have a big ensemble of villains, of course. But now, as we clear that and we've gotten that out of the way, you guys can comment on today's topic, or you guys can ask me any kind of questions you want. So I will be going through the live chat and I will be answering your questions. Let me kind of go to the top, see what I missed on this, of course. But thank you guys for listening to like something that I wanted to talk about on this topic, because I think this is very interesting. I really do. I think it's really cool. It's something that I did want to know, so I'm really happy that Mark Webb came out about it. Zave says, to be honest, I never watched Amazing Spider-Man 1 5 years. Oh, so like in 5 years I haven't seen it. Yeah, I feel like the Amazing, yeah, I mean, I have it right here. Like, the Amazing Spider-Man 1, this is the only one I own because I thought the second one was complete garbage. Probably thought I was way too mad after that movie to even go out and buy it. I'm not going to spend my money. I did not think this one was garbage. I didn't think this one, like the Amazing Spider-Man, was garbage. This isn't why the franchise kind of tanked. I mean, this is why they had a second movie, and they were talking about a franchise before the second one even came out. So I don't think the first one is complete garbage. I think people just think it was like kind of the same movie, and it was. But to the Sam Raimi Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, that's probably what people know more. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. That's kind of what it was more like. It was kind of beat for beat the same thing, and people already know the origin, so I'm glad they didn't do that with the third reboot of Spider-Man. Zave says, did you hear Disney wanted to make their own streaming service? I did not know that, but honestly, that sounds pretty good. I've been having trouble with my like laptop streaming. I use like OBS, so honestly, I could use something else, because I don't know if you guys saw my Black Panther trailer reaction. It was like a live reaction. It was my first live stream, and it was really bad because the audio was off from the image, and then my camera quality was really bad too. So that was kind of a problem for me. JW says, going to step away for like 30 seconds. I'm fixing. No, you're good, man. Don't worry about it. Jack says, I'm watching the seller. Oh my god. Oh my god. Get out of here, Jack. Spam that kid. I'm joking. Don't spam him. Don't spam Jack. He's a good guy. Zave says, Webb, are you looking for the new X-Men movies? Forward or looking for them? Because I'm not looking for them, but I think you're meaning you can spam me if you want. No, we're not going to spam you. We're all good. I think you're looking forward to the new X-Men movie. So, like, if you're talking about... I think you're talking about, so what we got? X-Men Dark Phoenix, New Mutants, and then Deadpool 2. Of course, Deadpool 2, big time. I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to Deadpool 2. I'm so excited for that. New Mutants, I'm a little iffy on. I do like the castings that have been announced. A lot of I think there was one like woman who is or even just girl. I think she's like a young girl because they're trying to go after like teenagers. But it sounds like they're getting good actresses and good actors to play the characters. So I am looking forward to New Mutants. I'm curious to what they're gonna do. But of course, I'm always thinking back in my head like, I don't know if this is gonna work or not. But I mean, you know, when we live in a world where Deadpool and Guardians of the Galaxy work, anything can work. So personally, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And X-Men Dark Phoenix, I'm really looking forward to that. I think they had a misstep with Apocalypse. I was a little disappointed. I mean, did I think it was like complete garbage? No, I wasn't like a lot of people. I didn't think it was that bad. But was I a little disappointed? Of course. Apocalypse is like a Thanos-type villain. And they kind of treated him like just a common villain. It wasn't a big deal. And that's something that I personally didn't like all that much about. Zave says, that was the best MCU villain, aka Vulture. Yes, Vulture was probably one of the best villains, if not the best. I think if any villain is going to kind of rival Loki in a way, it's going to be the Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. The Vulture was amazing. I absolutely love that character. He was so good. It really was. Oh, the Batman's on, of course. I am vengeance. I am vengeance. I am the knights. I am Batman. Hell yeah, Batman. Welcome to the live stream. Of course, as always. I always love it when you come on here, dude. I absolutely love just seeing the Batman on here. Let's see. Zave says, what are you looking for your channel? What am I looking forward to in my channel? I have a cool video coming out tomorrow I'm really excited for. Sorry guys, I'm a little dehydrated, of course. But I'm really looking forward to the villain that... I'm really looking forward to the video I'm coming out with tomorrow. It has to do with Green Lantern and the Justice League trailer that came out, of course, at San Diego Comic-Con. I will be talking about that and just kind of speculation. I like doing the speculation, the fan theory videos. That's something that I've implemented into the channel that I really enjoy. I really love doing those. Like the Hello one I had a lot of fun with. The Jabba the Hutt one, who didn't have fun watching that? I loved making that video. I loved watching it myself. And when I personally think to myself when I watch the videos and I like my own videos, of course I have fun with it too, and I hope you guys do too. And I know I did a good job on that one. Because that was such a hard one to like pull off, because people are like thinking, they're probably thinking like, who came up with this? Who came up with it? Well, I did. I came up with that entire fan theory. It was my fan theory. I wasn't like talking about one that came out or anything like that. This is something that I created myself, and I think it's pretty funny. JW's back. How's it going, JW? Thanks for coming back, man. The Batman says, dude, I really wanted to see an Amazing Spider-Man 3. You know what? Amazing Spider-Man 3. Did I really want to see that movie? No. After, like, of course, I'm curious to what they were planning. I wanted to see Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire. That's what I wanted to see, because I heard the Vulture was going to be a part of that one. I wanted to see that. With that whole, with that whole thing of just the Amazing Spider-Man, once I left the theater of Amazing Spider-Man 2, I didn't want anything to do with that franchise ever again. I was questioning even if I was going to see the next movie. That's something that I was questioning because I just hated it so much. I absolutely hated that movie. So, if you want the Batman, if you really want to see that, I don't blame you, man. Of course, sometimes when I hear about these movies like that never were made, and they're superhero movies, I'm like, yo, I wanted to see what that was going to be. What was that going to be about? But of course, at the same time, with this one, I was just too upset about what they did with the second one that I was just kind of like, whatever, I don't need to see it. B, the Kiwa pony. You know what? I'm going to call you B. B, I'm going to call you B. Let's see. Sadly, Andrew Garfield ain't making it now. Here comes Tom Holland. Yeah, Tom Holland is a way better Spider-Man, in my opinion, than Andrew Garfield was. And I think Andrew Garfield's a fantastic actor. I really do. But Tom Holland is way better than Andrew Garfield was with Spider-Man. Just as Spider-Man. I won't say he's a better actor because I just saw Hacksaw Ridge, and Andrew Garfield was phenomenal in that movie. I absolutely love that movie. So you guys should definitely look that up if you guys are just film fans in general, like me. You guys like watching just movies. I absolutely love that movie. It was a really well-made movie. I think I'm pretty sure, who was it? I think Mel Gibson directed that too. So he was really good. That was a very good, well put together movie. Great actors, great just story overall. I loved it. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. JW says, have you given any more thought on going back and watching early 2000 trailers? I know you said a few times you might just curious. Yeah, see, the thing is with that, I mean, I might. That's kind of something that I was coming up with a bunch of ideas for videos and all that. And, of course, there's things that come out that I think that are important, like the Cable and Deadpool stuff that came out earlier that, like, I will definitely jump on. And then, of course, there's things like the new trailers that come out for, like, It or something like that I jump on. And I got to do those kind of things first because, of course, with kind of growing on YouTube and all that, you kind of have to go where the views are. But of course, I'm always open to doing like those older things. So I think that's definitely something I'm going to be doing in the future. I did not completely write it off. I didn't think, oh, I'm just not going to do this. That's still something in the back burner of my head that I was thinking, hey, I kind of want to try this out. And I still want to try it out. I think it's something that definitely doable, and of course I can fit it in because reactions are probably the easiest videos to make on this channel, other than say speculation videos or saying just like the movie news stuff or anything like that. Those are probably the easiest ones to make out of everything because they're just they're always fun. They're always fun, especially something new. Of course, going back and doing another one. I have thought of it. I have kind of put it out. I might film it soon, like in the next couple days. Will I put it up? You know what? I'll probably put it up by the end of this month. I'll say that. That's definitely something that's going to happen. I'll definitely put it up by the end of this month. But of course, if that happens, if I put it out there and it doesn't really do well at all, then I'll probably try it maybe once or twice more, and if it doesn't do well after that, then I'm probably going to cut it off from my channel just because I have to try to do things that work for the channel, not try to do things that don't. Of course, if I love doing something and like say I fall in love with doing just like doing those kind of videos, the early going back and doing like early like 2000s like Spider-Man reactions or something like that, and I absolutely love doing it. Of course I'm going to keep doing it even if they don't get many views because I want to do stuff. I want to treat this as a hobby, not more of as a job. Of course I'm always looking to grow my channel, and of course at the same time I still want to have fun with this. I never want to lose that part of it because I have so much fun with this this channel. Zave says, do you like sport games? I like Chell, if you guys know what that is. NHL, I call it Chell. I really like Chell. Chell's fun. But Madden's okay. That's really all I like. FIFA, I'm not a FIFA guy. I'll say that right up front. Not a FIFA, I'm not a 2K, like NBA 2K guy or anything like that. JW says, Marvel, when in doubt, make another Spider-Man movie. DC, when in doubt, make another Batman movie. You're totally right. I'll be honest with you. Even more than Marvel, it's definitely more DC that does this. If everything fails, go back and let's make a Batman movie. Let's make a Batgirl movie. That's what I think they were doing. Like, I think that was more probably around that was probably around, I want to say February time-ish, when they're announcing Batgirl, Nightwing, all that kind of stuff. That's what I thought they were doing with the whole DC slate. I thought they were like, oh, we're not, like, that's when it was coming out that they weren't looking, that like they didn't like the new, say, Wonder Woman movie. They didn't like what that was looking like, or they didn't like what Justice League was looking like, so they were going to go back and do all Batman movies, and I kind of speculated that too. They're like, oh, they're just going to do a Batman cinematic universe now. That's all they're going to do, because that is very true. I do agree with you on that. That definitely happens. Geez, you guys definitely have been commenting. So I am going to speed round this. Geez, you guys have been really commenting. Let's see. Web, since you play GTA, what rank are you? Oh, I think I'm like 60, 70, I don't know, something. I haven't played GTA in a while. That's right, I still have you written down, man. I'm sorry, I haven't played PlayStation at all. I've been really busy with work and this as well. Whenever, like, honestly, in the morning I wake up at like 6, I edit videos, and then, of course, I go to work at like probably 9 o'clock. Come back after like at 7 o'clock, and then I do videos and I do live streams for you guys. Of course, I'm working a lot, so I haven't really gotten time to go on my PlayStation at all. Let's see. Zave says, did you hear about Tom Holland's response to Kristen Dunst? Yeah, I did, and I think he's very respectful. I don't think she was very respectful on it, but, you know, I think she's just jealous. That's just me, because the new Spider-Man is better than the old one. The Batman says, Tom Holland is just a funny Peter Parker. He make being Peter Parker fun. Yes, he does. I agree. Definitely Tom Holland looks like he has more fun with the role than anybody else has. Like, he really loves being Spider-Man. Like, you can definitely tell. Like, Andrew Garfield said he was always a fan, but I think everybody's kind of always a fan of Spider-Man. He's such an iconic character. Like, it's like saying, I've been a fan of Batman for my entire life. Well, so isn't every other little kid. It's like, that's just a common thing, because they're so common in pop culture and just society. So, or at least in America, that's what I've noticed. B says, believe me or not, I never liked Tobey Maguire. He played a good Peter Parker, but not a good Spider-Man. And same goes for Andrew Garfield, for the best Spider-Man, but a horrible Peter Parker. I understand that. I definitely understand that. I think he did. I think I always look at, if you look at Tobey Maguire, I think he's the iconic 60s Spider-Man, while Andrew Garfield was more like trying to be more modern, but also had kind of things from the 60s in there as well. I personally thought his, like, just him was kind of a mess. But I did think he was actually pretty good Spider-Man when he put on the suit. I thought he was pretty good, except for the second one. I thought it got too cartoony, too goofy for me. I didn't really like that. But I understand where you're coming from. The Batman says, he more entertaining. Yes, he, definitely Tom Holland's way more entertaining than, I will say, that's my opinion. I think he's way more entertaining than any other Spider-Man on screen. JW says, that's probably for a select few audiences, probably, as I said, just curious. Yep. Beast Boy says, I'm back, yo, hell yeah, man. B says, Aunt May, what the, rolls credits, heck yeah, man. No, that was, I'll be honest with you, that was probably the biggest surprise in the movie for me. More than the, like, spoiler alert, more than the Iron Spider part, more than just all these, like, little cameos and all that. I did not think they're gonna have Aunt May know that Peter Parker was Spider-Man that early on. That was very surprising, and that was a great way to end the movie. I loved it. That was awesome. Says the Batman says she said that like she's a teen. Heck yeah. B, I'm excited for Homecoming 2 on 2019, getting ready for Scorpion. I know, that's going to be something really cool. I have a feeling that they're putting together Sinister 6 as well. I think Sony does want to do that. They know that's going to be something that's really cool and nobody's ever seen. And I think they should do that, but of course save it for like Spider-Man 4. Don't do it like in the second one, don't do it in the third, because that's definitely something they were kind of putting together at the end credits. Once again, spoiler alert, Scorpion meets Vulture in the jail cell. That's kind of what they're teasing the Sinister 6. Of course, I want the original ones, which is Electro, Sandman, Mysterio, Doc Ock, Vulture, and then Kraven the Hunter. Those are the original ones. I don't want Scorpion in there. I want to see Scorpion, but I want him in the Sinister 6. Zave says, Web, just wondering what comics you like. What comics do I like? Right now I'm reading... Actually, you know what? What comics do I like, huh? I'm actually going to do, that's another thing I am going to do a video on. Sunday I'm going to Boston Comic Con, so my live stream, I'll definitely have a live stream at 8 o'clock, but I'll probably be talking about Comic Con and all that kind of stuff, because I'll be coming off the buzz of Boston Comic Con, and I'll be really excited about it. But I'll show you guys what comics I like. I will be right back. Literally, one second. Okay, I'm back. It was real quick. Okay, I'll show you what comics I like. So this is something that's very dear to my heart, and of course, this is very expensive. This is an Amazing Spider-Man 2. If you guys are Spider-Man fans, this is very, very expensive and rare, and I've always wanted one. I finally got the chance to buy one, and so I did it. And I see it as an investment. Of course, I'm going to get it signed by Stan Lee at Boston Comic Con, and of course, CGC Graded. If you guys don't know what that is, I am going to have a video on that as well, because I cracked it out of a slab. But this is another book that's really cool. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 14. This is the first appearance of Green Goblin, one of my favorite books. And this is a slab. This is what you put a comic book in to like kind of vacuum seal it, all that kind of stuff. It's really cool. And those are the two big books that I'm going to get signed by Stan Lee. I also have an Amazing Spider-Man number 700, the last Amazing Spider-Man book. Of course, with that series, same series as that those other two books. So I have this cool Captain America collage book that I'm gonna get signed. Let's see, Thor comic book I'm gonna get signed, and then this Iron Man one, and last but not least, this awesome Amazing Spider-Man number 50, first appearance of the Kingpin. And yes, those are all the books that I'm into. I'm into a wide variety, and actually, to be honest with you, this is my favorite comic book series. I'm into Ultimate Spider-Man. If you guys have not read Ultimate Spider-Man, read it. This is one of the best comic book series I have ever read, and I think you guys would like it too. Let's see. Sports games we need to get NCAA football 2017 or 2018. Let's see. B says, DC, let's cut out all the epic stuff and put in the DVD as a tick, just like BVS and Suicide Squad. At least Marvel smart enough to not be able to do that shit. I agree with you, B. They should have just made the Ultimate Cut. That is not Zack Snyder's fault, though. That is definitely executives. I will say that. That is the executives. That is Warner Brothers. Big time. I'm back. How's it going, Beast Boy? Let's see, Zaved. Are you looking forward to Defenders? Yes, I will be reviewing that as well. I'm going to be doing that. I don't think I'm going to do a live stream to that. That's what I'm going to be doing more for The Flash and for Walking Dead. I don't know if I'm going to do Inhumans anymore because I heard that show was garbage. Already, people have seen the first episode and they said it was horrible. I'm going to be seeing the IMAX screening for that, and honestly, I really hope it's not garbage. I'll be so disappointed if Inhumans is bad, because they're going to make a movie about it, and that was going to be Kevin Feige, Marvel Studios. It's going to be awesome. And then, of course, TV took it over, and I'm not happy about it. If it's garbage, I'm going to be really disappointed. Okay. Let's see. Webb, name your best top 5 trilogy movies you like. Oh, geez, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Definitely Captain America trilogy. I really like. I won't put it in top 5, but I'll tell you kind of 5 that I like. I would say the Dark Knight trilogy is really good. Captain America trilogy. I'll say what other ones? Star Wars, of course, the original trilogy of Star Wars. That's really good. What else? Oh, Planet of the Apes. That just finished. That was awesome. I love that. That was really good. There's probably some I'm forgetting, but I'll also say the original Sam Raimi trilogy, Spider-Man. Third one's crap, but the first 2 are just so good that it kind of brings it up a little bit. There's more that I'm like not thinking about right now, but of course I'll try to think about it by the end of the video. B says, I really don't get why so many people were complaining about Zendaya being in the film like she completely awful and was not needed in here. I find her hilarious as F and being MJ. She's not really MJ though. That's something that's really dumb, and I think that's what people are most upset about. Oh, as in not Mary Jane, but Michelle. Yeah, exactly. So you know. I agree with you, but I thought she was actually really funny. She was a lot of comic relief. She was very funny. But, of course, the whole MJ thing I thought was just a big waste of time. It wasn't funny. I was like, why'd you do that? Why'd you just tease us MJ, but that's not really MJ? I thought she should have been MJ when they're making the movie. That people were speculating that's who it was going to be. So I was like, oh, that'd be great. Not really, I guess not. Alright, JW says, Warner Brothers seems to ruin a lot of their stuff and could have been awesome. I don't think, not anymore. I won't say any more that happens, especially after Wonder Woman. Let's see, Justice League. I personally think that movie might be a mess. I really hope not, guys. I'm definitely not against DC. I know I have a lot of Marvel stuff on my channel. It's just because a lot of Marvel stuff is more popping right now than DC stuff is right now. But, of course, I'm going to try to put more DC content on my channel because I know there are a lot of DC fans out there, including myself. I do like DC stuff. I love it just as much as Marvel. I really do. It's superheroes. If it was up to me, I'd put them together because that'd be even better than just regular. But of course, or just separate. And of course, yeah, DC, I think what was happening was Warner Brothers was just kind of being too reactionary, and they were trying to go ahead of themselves with all these things, and they were just kind of being like, oh, let's catch up to Marvel. Let's do this movie, instead of just taking their time making a cinematic universe. They just wanted to catch up. But now, after hearing what they're going to be doing with Justice League, they're slowing down. They're saying, okay, let's see how Justice League does, and then let's really get into it again. Of course, they announced another slate, but it's nothing that we haven't heard before. Beast Boy says, I hope they make a Teen Titans movie, because I'll be in that. Yes, heck yeah, man. Beast Boy, I hope you're in it too, dude. I really hope they make either a Teen Titans TV show. I think that'd be really interesting. Or a movie. I personally think a TV show would fit them better. I think a live-action TV show, that'd be really cool. Definitely put their resources behind that, like CW or something like that. Have them connect with The Flash. Have them connect with, Black Lightning coming out. Supergirl, Arrow. That'd be really cool. I think that's where the Teen Titans should be and where they should come out. JW says, I really hope they don't, because trouble for the Justice League director like they did to Peter Jackson with the Hobbit movies. JW, what were you talking about? One of those scenes ruined. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, Justice League, it's either going to be a hit or a miss. I think it's really, I mean, I really don't know what to expect from Justice League. Am I thinking that everything's looking good? Everything's looking fantastic from Justice League. But at the same time, Zack Snyder kind of tapped out, of course, for personal and of course, totally justified reasons. Like, I totally feel for the guy. But at the same time, when you're having director come on for just the reshoots, that makes me a little nervous. And I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Let's see. I cannot wait. B says, I cannot wait for the It movie, also coming out in next month, to follow throughout the adaptation from the novel. I really hate when people keep saying it's a remake, but it isn't. And you know what? The It movie, I am looking forward to a lot. It movie looks fantastic. I personally think that it was more like a TV series, I think, more TV series, TV movie. I don't really know off the top of my head, but I thought that was really scary when I was a kid. Of course, if I watched it again, I probably still think it was really scary. But this one looks terrifying. I'm so scared of this Pennywise clown. He looks terrifying. In that one scene when he jumps out of the water and just like comes at the kid, I think I'm gonna be pissing myself when I see that. Let's see what else. Let's see. Beast Boy says, in the cool Teen Titans series, I hope they made a season 6, but they ended it at a freaking cliffhanger. Yeah, that's what happens sometimes with TV shows. It makes me angry too. I mean, I think they should have just kept going with their series. I don't think it was like down viewers. I never heard about that, but yeah, they just kind of ended it. I think they wanted to do like Teen Titans Go. JW says, Teen Titans was awesome. Teen Titans Go is a... yeah, no, Teen Titans Go is horrible. B, let's just pretend Go doesn't fucking exist. Zave says, do you have a pet? No, I do not. I do not have any pets, unfortunately. Zave says, do the clown actors scaring little cast members? Yeah, that I couldn't be one of those little kids cast as one of the kids. I couldn't be a kid cast as a kid, of course. But I couldn't be one of those kids cast in the It movie because I think it'd be way too scary. I'd be so scared. But of course, guys, I am going to end the live stream since we are at 37 minutes. I usually like to keep it at 30 minutes. Of course, maybe 35 at max. Of course, 37, that's a little over. But, of course, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys definitely enjoyed this live stream. I will be doing a live stream. I will remind you guys again, for all of those that are new or maybe just reoccurring, you guys don't remember. But, of course, every single Sunday, every single Wednesday, I'll be doing a live stream at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. sharp, of course. But, of course, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream, all the movie news that I kind of told you guys about, all the Amazing Spider-Man 3 stuff, the Q&A, the Sinister 6, all of that stuff. And, of course, make sure you guys smash that like button if you guys like this video. Share it to all your friends. And, of course, join me in my quest to gain 10,000 subscribers, guys. Join the Webhead community, of course. But thank you guys very much for watching. I very much appreciate it. Bye-bye.